Well, hi everybody. Welcome to another Advent Calendar video. And this Advent Calendar is gigantic. You probably can't really tell, but it's a big one. And it's a Disney Advent Calendar story and activity library. And it says that there's storybooks, odd one-outs, whatever that means, quizzes, mazes, and spot the difference. And so we'll be reading the stories and looking briefly at what the activities are in here. So come on and join us on the Boo and Bo Show. So we're going to open up the book and see what it looks like on the inside here. And it's pretty big. And you can see that there are numbers for each one of the days, and we're going to start with day 1, and it's right down here. And let's see what day 1 is. And it looks like a little storybook. Strange World, More to Explore. So we're back, and we're going to take a look at Disney's Strange World, More to Explore. It's a little storybook, and we're going to give it a little go at here. Hopefully I can pronounce everything correctly, but probably not. The Clades in the Callisto Mal made some magnificent discoveries during their first expedition into the underground world. They learned that they had been traveling through a living creature, but there was still more to discover, and the leader of the city of Avalonia had an idea. "Searchers, I need a favor," Callisto said when she came to his farm. "I want to send your son, Ethan, back to the underground world to gather more information. He made some great observations during our first trip. You know you can always count on Clad to help," Searchers reassured her. "You sure can," Hagar agreed as he slapped his grandson on the back. Ethan jumped at the chance to explore again. "That's awesome. I can't wait to go on another adventure." Okay. That night, get this picture right. That night, Ethan told his friends the exciting news as they played some Premier Outpost, their favorite game. "I'm going on another expedition to the underground world," he said. "Best part is, I'll need some help. Are you in?" And let me tell you, there's some strange names here, and I'm going to pronounce them all wrong. Diazo, Azimut, and Cardera were all excited to share an adventure with him. Ethan's dog Legend jumped up and barked. "I guess you're coming too," Ethan said, laughing as he scratched Legend's head. Ethan and his team arrived safely in the underground world, and everyone couldn't believe their eyes. "I think we're in the lungs of the creature," Ethan explained. "We have so much exploring. Let's get going." Legend was sniffing around when suddenly he barked and dashed away. "Legend!" Ethan called. "Come back here." The group ran after him. Legend led them to a little blue creature. "What is that?" Cardaz asked. "That's Splat," Ethan explained. Splat was pretty much the best guide we could ever have asked for during our expedition. Splat was excited to guide the group and motioned for them to follow. The four friends, with Legend in tow, walked through the colorful jungle of the tall swaying trees. Cardes dragged along, looking at his primal outpost cards. Suddenly he was distracted by a highway of large dolphin-like creatures flying overhead. Curious, Cardes followed them, amazed at how the creatures changed colors as they gobbled up their food. But his wonder turned to panic as he realized that he had lost track of his friends. "Uh-oh," he said. A while later, Ethan and his friends finally realized that Cardes was missing. "Cardes, where are you?" they called out. "Hang on," Ethan whispered. "We need to be quiet." "Why?" they asked nervously. "There are some tentacle creatures called reapers," Ethan said. "They devour anything that doesn't belong here, and don't freak out, but there's a bunch of them over there." I guess that's them right there. Ethan turned to Splat. "Hey, buddy, do you think you could distract the reapers?" Without any hesitation, Splat dashed towards the reapers and gathered them together. The reapers watched as the nimble creature performed an elaborate dance, and the group quickly snuck past. Everyone was relieved to get past the reaper, but they realized that they were no closer to finding Cardes. Splat pulled on Ethan's sleeve and pointed to an opening up ahead. "Cardes went that way?" Ethan asked. Splat gave a squeak of affirmation. The friends followed Splat and came upon an expansion of Merid Mesa. Ethan noticed that the highway of large dolphin-like creatures was even floating in this part of the underground world. "I didn't see much of this area last time I was down here," Leeson exclaimed. "This is a total steep." Just then, someone cried out. It was Cardes. The group followed the sound until they found him stuck in between two large rocks. "I'm sorry," Cardes said. "I dropped my cards. As I was picking them up, I was suddenly caught in between these rocks. I don't even know where they came from." Everyone pushed against the giant rocks, but they couldn't budge. Azimuth was in deep thought. "Cardes, did you say these rocks came out of nowhere? How is that possible?" "I don't know," Cardes cried. "I wasn't paying attention. Could these things be living creatures?" Azimuth wondered out loud. They began tapping on one of the rocks. See him tapping on the rock there. Suddenly, a set of legs sprouted from the rocks, and it stood up. The large beast lumbered out of the way, freeing Cardes. Cardes turned to his friends. "I'm sorry that I caused so much trouble. I really need to pay better attention to my surroundings." "Don't worry," Cardes said, "Ethan. We all make mistakes sometimes. Plus, I think we showed that we make great explorers." Ethan watched the stream of dolphin-like creatures. When one of them flew low to grab a bite of food, Cardes pointed it out to his friends. "That was to distract me in the first place. It's so weird how they change colors as they eat." "That's it," Ethan explained. "I think these things are actually the blood cells of the living creature. They consume nutrients and then carry and deliver them around the body." Splat jumped up and down, twirling around, happy that the group was learning new things about its world. The team arrived back, and they shared their findings with President Mao. She decided to name their official explorers of the underground world. Ethan was proud to help learn about his world and conserve it for future generations. Like his family before, Ethan was contributing to his legacy on his own terms. And I struggled with that one a little bit. The names are in there a little crazy. But so that's day one. And I hope you enjoyed that little story of Disney's Strange World. Stay tuned, because we got day two coming up soon.